In the heart of the village, a fire crackled, painting the faces of the elders in warm, dancing light. This was where the stories were told. But tonight, the air was tense. Kweku Ananse, an old man with eyes full of mischief, sat not in the circle of storytellers, but before the visiting chief, a man so revered they called him Onyame, the sky. The issue was the stories. For generations, the right to tell the important tales, the histories, the myths belonged only to the chief. They were kept formal, correct, like precious treasures. But Anansi, whose own stories were like wild, unpredictable vines, had had enough. He cleared his throat. "Great Onyame," he began, his voice like rustling leaves. "The stories you keep are like fine cloth locked in a chest. They grow stiff. The children fall asleep. My grandson doesn't dream of the correct path of the river. He dreams of the frog who outwits the crocodile. Let the stories live among us again." Onyame, a man of order, shook his head. "Anansi, your stories are full of tricks and laughter. They are for the marketplace. Truth is a straight path, not a tangled web. Then let us walk the path together," Anansi said, leaning forward. "Let us debate. If I can show you my way has its own truth. Will you let the stories run free?" The chief smiled. "Very well. Old Spider, we shall debate. First topic, the strength of a man." Onyame spoke with authority. "A man's strength is his integrity, his ability to provide. It is the strength of the Iroko tree, deep-rooted and unshakable." Anansi waited. "Chief, the Iroko tree, in a great storm, may snap because it cannot bend. But look at the bamboo. It dances in the same wind. Is a man. Weaker because he knows when to yield. When his child is sick, his strength is in his tender hands, preparing medicine. Is that not also strength? The strength to adapt." Onyame was quiet. He'd never called compromise strength before. "All right," he conceded. "Second topic, the value of a thing. The value of a thing," the chief stated, "is in its use. A good pot holds water. A strong roof keeps out the rain. Clear, measurable worth." Anansi smiled. "But what is the value of a joke shared between friends? Or a song that makes a baby stop crying? You have a gold necklace, but in a drought. If a stranger offered you that necklace for the last calabash of water, which would you choose? My story's value is not in being correct, but in being remembered. A child will forget a list of ancestors, but he will never forget the story of the trickster who teaches him to think. Is that not a durable thing?" The crowd was shifting. Anansi pressed his final point. "The last topic, Chief. The truth of a heart." Onyame looked into the fire. "The truth of a heart is its honesty. Saying what you mean." Anansi's voice dropped to a whisper. "Is it the truth when a mother tells her crying child the scary noise is just the wind, even when she herself is afraid? The naked truth can be a weapon. The greatest truth of the heart is sometimes compassion. It's knowing that a story, shaped with care, can heal a wound that a blunt fact would only make deeper. My stories are a different kind of truth. The truth of how we survive." A profound silence fell. Onyame stared at Anansi, and for the first time, he saw not a trickster, but a man who understood the resilient heart of his people. He saw that Anansi was right. He had lost the debate. And in that moment of victory, Anansi made his mistake. A triumphant smile spread across his face. "You see?" he said, his sly energy returning. "It was all just a trick." The word hung in the air. Onyame's head snapped up. A trick. So this beautiful argument was just another deception. Anansi's face fell. He had been so close. Onyame looked from Anansi's stricken face to his people eager, alive. Waiting, he sighed. "Anansi," he said, his voice now warm. "You have not won this debate. Your goal was not truth, but victory. However, you have shown me a truth I was too proud to see. Our stories are dying. They need to get muddy. They need to be silly." He stood tall. "So I give them to you. Not because you deserve them, but because the people deserve them. From now on, the stories belong to everyone. And whenever a story is told of a clever trickster, let them remember your name. Let them be the stories of Anansi." As the village erupted in cheers, Anansi bowed his head, a single tear tracing a path through the dust on his cheek. He hadn't won the argument, but he had won back the heartbeat of his people. And that was a victory greater than any debate. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales from around the world.